folks, welcome back for another episode of Schwaard's Follies. And once again, our folly is going to be in trying to do the gauntlet yet again. I figure maybe Mondays will unofficially be the gauntlet run from the weekend. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to stick with that or not, but I figure, you know, people want to see different things in general, and so I want to provide different things since, you know, I'm not going to be kicking butt in any way, shape, or form, really. So we'll just give it a shot. And I did not take, and there were no challenges, but I didn't take any anyway. So this deck is from my own machination. I was not told to go mono or anything like that. So this is what we've got. Lord of the Pings. I did a deck like this a long time ago, and it pretty much is just, I mean, it's not every single ping that we can do, but it's a lot of pings, Finish Off, Leaf Lurker, Falinesti Reaver, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, just looking to play defense, and then we've got our Chargers, Tazcad, Cliff Racers, etc. to finish it off. Did include one Giant Sneck in here just because it turned out to be very useful last time. And again, stuff that I normally wouldn't include, like Sharpshooter Scout, I got a couple of those in there just because, like I said, it goes with the ping motif, and they can be useful. Same thing with Murkowada Witch. So I try to incorporate as much pinging as I can. I only have one Murkwater Shaman. They usually don't stick very long. It's a very cost-heavy card. Unfortunately, after I decided to do this deck, I realized we don't have the goblin that gives you one curse, and then when he dies, it gives you another one. So I was kind of counting on that a little bit. So this is, if we lose, that's why, because I did not see that coming, and I was too lazy to change the deck after I realized that was the case. I started off doing a ward heavy deck, but I remember doing a Schwaaard, I think, at some point in the distant past, and it doing very, very poorly. And then there was a part of me in the back of my mind going, you know, you might come across a lot of goblins in this particular gauntlet, because goblins are OG, just like orcs, and a lot of people default to the basic aggro in these types of deals. So I was like, I am totally going to get wrecked. My wards are going to get wrecked if... Wait, surplus, what do we got going here? Hey, let me read it. I didn't read it. And you may be thinking, why didn't you read what the conditions of this were before you built your deck? And the answer is... Alright, after you summon a creature here, reduce the cost of a random card in your hand by 1. Okay, so we want cards in the surplus lane. And you saw we do have a decent amount of low cards that we can play over there to start getting those discounts. Obviously our opponent does as well, but not choosing to go into that route. So you know what? We're gonna start. Obviously her threat is not her power, so that's not really helping us. What that's doing though is giving us a discounted Cliff Racer. We can go Goblin Skulk next turn. I only run one of those just because, again, they get targeted down a lot, and I figure we can draw. Oh boy. So I think our opponent is counting on us occupying this lane. Doesn't seem to really care. He's just looking to rush it down, and is doing a pretty darn good job. Fortunately, we have our curses. So what we're probably going to want to do is contest that lane a little bit, because our opponent seems hell-bent on making this snowball, and could very well do that. We could see a low-cost card and a Pit Lion. You know, Scouting Report and Pit Lion. I mean, I had thought about doing Token Crusader. That was one of the ones that I thought might do well in this, but I try to stay away from pure aggro just because I know that can, as much as I don't mind watching it, it can get a little boring or playing it, it can get a little boring to watch, so I didn't want to just go for the low-hanging fruit. My opponent did not have such qualms. They're just going, and it's fine. I have no problem. I run aggro all the time as well. I mean, lots and lots, but lots and lots of stuffs. What are we gonna use here? What is gonna be the best? Because we could Cliff Racer, but that feels like a bad trade. I feel like we want to trade in with one of these. That said, let's go ahead and get one of these nerfed. And I sincerely doubt anybody's going to trade with this little fella here, because it would be a trade. They would not be able to get away with it. So we'll see. We don't have a lot going for us at the moment. We are definitely on the defensive, which arguably we should be, just because we are pinging. But yeah, our goblin, our little skull kid. Okay, because he wants to guarantee this guy's going to stay alive. I get that. Luckily, we do have our curse. Ooh, and we've got our Leaf Lurker. I mean, either way... well... we'll do Leaf Lurker here so that we get a discount on a Relentless Raider, and we can kind of snowball a little bit here. So we got discounts there. Do we want to curse him? Not for right now. We can trade with a Cliff Racer and have a body on the board in that lane. I mean, we're not doing so hot on card count. Ooh, that is a curse finish off. That's why we saved it, folks. That is why we saved it. Do we have 7? We do not have 7. We're just going to have to curse. Finish off. And we'll have to use our discounted Cliff Racer. And now, our opponent... I mean, we're not in fantastic shape. Belly G is a fantastic... That is a momentum swing. Our opponent can throw down some stuff here. And we can throw it right back in his hand. Or we could just get rid of that. Ouch. That stings a little bit, but we're okay with it.
Do not take you.
I mean, I'm going to put him over here because I'm worried about chargers, but, I mean, with what we've got on the board right now, we are no longer purely on the defensive. I would like to have a finish off or Leaf Lurker to combine with my Sharpshooter Scout as a defense in case he throws down a big card, but we've got 11 points of damage on the board, which would get him down to 11 next turn. Well, plus 4, so really, unless he's got some chargers or unless he's going to throw down something really big here, we are on the offensive. We are offensive people. Okay, that's interesting. Isn't that make it a guard? Okay, no, that's just going to be the big guy. So they are going to be able to do 7, and that doesn't really help us necessarily. We're gonna wanna... I'm gonna put it down here. Oh, do we play? No, Sharpshooter. We're gonna hold on for a possible finish off, whatever, and we don't want to give them... Yeah, there's no point in playing Sharpshooter right there. So we're hoping our opponent cannot remove 11 points of damage here.
Here we make our stand.
Okay, that's not the worst. We still got it. Okay, that's less awesome. But again, he's having to counteract what we're doing here. And there is our ticket in. I mean, we don't really need that, but hey, prophecies are awesome. So now we don't even need to use Earthbone, and that's going to be the game.
This was a worthy contest.
Do Belly G first, only because Belly G, like, guards. Otherwise, I would have done him first and then Belly G just to skip a rune, but Dragon gets rid of guards, and I don't think they have a prophecy that shackles in those colors. In fact, I know they don't, so we're good to go. So we got a win there with our Lord of the Pings pinging deck. Huzzah! Sorry, I'm that is not to convey a lack of enthusiasm on my part. I am thrilled beyond measure with a win. Comatose, the heretic. We will greet the heretic. I think we forgot to greet our opponent last time. I will keep our 2-drop. Curses.
Luck to your house.
Luck to your house. Yada yada. Brave meeting. Good. We've got rapport built up with Comatose. It's crazy. Oh man, see the only 2-drop we have. Oh, do I waste this? Do I burn this? We've got curse, so you know what? Yeah, we're gonna make him think we're a prophecy deck, maybe. Yeah. Make them think we're a prophecy deck, and they're gonna be like, oh, we gotta... Alright, well... At least we have a reason to play our Murkwater Witch. Zapowie and take one to the face! Alright, so now we have a free Shadow Shift. Whoopee. Cliff Racer, though, on turn 4 is not too shabby. Ooh, and, actually, very good in conjunction with our curses. So now we got a Murkwater Shaman we can bring online next turn. If they put a guard down, we can do a little pinging ping thing here. That's not a guard. That is a necessary ping. We ping you. We trade with you, because we're not... Do we... No, it's not worth it. not worth it. I've had some bad experiences breaking that first rune, and I would just as soon not give him a prophecy for 1 point of damage. Like I said, we're not a... Okay, could have used... Oh, nope, that's why we got our Leaf Lurker here. Bada bing. See, you gotta love the pings, man. Gotta love the pings.
The forest is my clothes. Do not take you.
Alright, so now we got 4, 4, and 4. Don't have to worry about the agility. Wow, interesting card. See, okay, so and this is Comatose building the deck has that mentality, hey, let me get my cheap cards down there. Unfortunately for him, he just drew this really late in the game. Wanted to get that on turn 1, I'm sure. Leafwater Blessing, that makes me a little nervous. Orcish Warhammer is a good... I mean, we've got 12. I almost thought 60. We got 12 damage. This would give us 15. But we want to avoid favorable trades. You could argue this is a bad call. Because I should be going face. There's really no fabulous reason not to. Ooh, Reeve, nice. I don't think he's got a mass area effect. Oh, well, no, if he's doing shouts, shouts could be bad. Doesn't look like he has that, though. Alright, he's gonna silence our shaman. This should help you. I've got a smoker to... Oh, son of a gun. Did not expect him to have his own Leaf Lurker. Well, poop on a stick. Alright, not worth it for Green Pact.
Do not take you.
We're gonna put Reeve over here. A 3/4 doesn't kill that. Yeah, we'll do this. One of our creatures survives in this lane, and hopefully some over here. Again, we don't have any way to make use of our ping. We do have a Skaven, just in case. Oh, no! No, 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 no. Giant Snick, you turd muffin. You big old turd muffin. Traitorous turd muffin. What really sucks is I actually had a premium copy of that, and it was before I realized how ridiculous... Okay, he's got to have something. Okay, there you go. Yeah, that's fabulous. That's fabulous. Well...
My bow is ready.
I mean, this is stupid if... I was gonna say, if he has a Leaf Lurker, I'm sacrificing this guy. But because right now this is a fine trade. There's nothing to harm him. So I just he survived. They both survive this. Well, okay, never mind. Duh. Should have looked at the card in his hand. That was very much in his hand. And I have a feeling they're gonna do something to reap. Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, this just went from crap to crap, crappy, crap, crap.
Pain and ecstasy. Taste my blade.
Do we just play this? No, we need Skaven for... No. I'm gonna hold... I don't know, folks. I could be punting the game right here. Could be punting the game. You could argue I should be putting lethal on the board in that Shadowland. Yeah, for crying out loud. Of course he's got another bat. Ay vey, and he's can mark... Oh boy. Yeah, this is not looking great. And again with yet another one of those. So we are gonna Skaven. Screw it. We're gonna do it all. There we go. All of it's on the table. Here's hoping our opponent is out of options. So far, they've done a good job drawing. Aside from that one drop that we could definitely say was a late pull for them. And we have been able to... Okay, well that... See, and Hulking Scallon. If that was a guard, i.e. Aelid Guardian, crazy things happening. But we got very, very fortunate. We're going to be able to close this out. Oh no. Spoke too soon? They have a Squish the Wimpy? There's a Squish the Wimpy? Oh, I didn't think those were in this. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. I was thinking about Squish the Wimpy with him, but then I was like, no, Squish the Wimpy, that's not a core set, and it's not. And I just totally had a brain fart as to what other cards, because it's, what is it? Only cards from core set, Madhouse, and Isle of Madness. Isle of Madness were the cards that I was not thinking about. So that took me by surprise, because I wasn't thinking. I don't really do my research. That is part of my. I hate research, but it was part of my problem. So I didn't look at all of them. I pretty much just quickly went through each attribute and kind of scanned through which cards were there, and was like, okay, which one do I want to go with? Like I said, I thought Ward might be kind of fun. A Sorcerer, I hadn't run a Sorcerer in a long time, like a mid-range, but we're missing some of the better cards for that. Like, well, not Ward cards, but I mean, we are missing the Shade. We're missing the Shade fella. We don't want any of these. Although this might be good against what I'm guessing are going to be orcs. Punished. We have been punished for our impudence. We will greet our orc friend. Hello, RKMS. Please do not play card. Would make me very sad. Because orcs with this surplus thing, that's scary.
You won't escape alive.
I am scared. I have wet myself just now. Not looking good. Not looking good. We're hoping for the 4-1 to drop right here. 4-1. What? So this is, I mean, granted, if you see the defender, this is not a hyper aggro deck. You never run this guy in a hyper aggro orc deck. But
End of the road. Back off, trash.
oh, goody. Well, we can do this. A little bit of finishing off, a little bit of poking, and we're not looking too shabby. We got a Grotwood Ambusher next turn that can ping a bunch of 1-power creatures. Come on, RKMS, put down 3 1-power creature. That is not it. That is not it. I mean, are we on the aggressive? Is that our thing? Are we aggressive? I feel like we're kind of aggressive.
The forest will not suffer your presence.
And I mean, it doesn't trigger a prophecy here. So we can Reaver next turn. So if he plays another big card here, we can have a really good Reaver. That's not what I would. This is a weird RKMS. I applaud you for confusing me. I have no idea what you're running. I think it could just be, hey, these are cool cards in. Nice. Oh, sir, that is a rookie Oh, even better. That is a rookie mistake, my friend. You do not ever weapon up an existing card on the board, because you just can't. You got to make use of it. And there's no unstoppable rage. I did check for that. I was going to put that in my deck. There's no rage, so it was not the wisest of choices. That is a oh this is so perfect for our Grotwood. All right, this is one of those games where honestly, if I'm our okay, never mind. Well, we still have Don't Fear the Reaver. And we're probably just gonna curse this guy. So if I'm RKMS, this is one of those times where I'm going, okay, the game doesn't want me to win. Doesn't mean we're going to win, because it's still me. But I would still be, I'd be looking going, this guy has answers for every single thing I put down. Why am I even playing these? So we can Tazcad next turn, but I can't, well, if we Tazcad, we don't get to kill this. I'm trying to make the best use of everything here. We can trade.
Do not take you.
You have met your end.
Oh, I probably should have. Oh, well.
There is plenty for all.
We're alright. I think we're doing okay. We got him down to a good health total. We just need to do 2 damage, and we've got this. But yeah, RKMS, I apologize, sir. On behalf of the game, this does not feel like a fair fight. I happen to have, seemingly, and every answer to every card you played. I mean, when you put down an Aha Gleave, you're like, what are the odds of... Okay, well, Earthbone Spinner. Again, I've got the answers in my hand. This is not... I've been on that side too often.
Ruptga guides my hand.
Like I said, all we need is enough for Tazcad to do his thing. So give him a good game, but yeah, I'm sorry, Arcanist. That was not a fair game for you. I mean, I'm relieved, and that's kind of the problem. When I'm in a certain phase with TESL where I have been in a while where, oops, nope, you don't need to see the deck again. We want to play. We want to play another game. Where, you know, I'm more relieved with a win than I am happy. And for that game, I'm just relieved I didn't punt the game, because I looked at it and went, okay, the game is being handed to me on a silver platter. I have all the answers to everything he could possibly do pretty much in my hand. I don't even have to hope I top deck it. And so just no matter everything he did, it was a hard counter. I hate... I just know how that feels, and I hate that feeling. I want to be at least give me the illusion that I could possibly win the game. In that case, he never had a chance. I mean, like I said, I feel like he still could have won just because I never feel that great about where I'm standing, because at any point, like you saw, drop down 2 guards, and you could see he was playing kind of a hodgepodge, which I don't quite understand for a Gauntlet. Like, if you're new to the game and we're on the ladder and I see a deck like that, I'm like, okay, you're pulling the best cards from your collection, making the best deck you can with what you have. I get that. But in the Gauntlet, you have access to every single card in the collections that are allowed. So I don't understand kind of the patchwork nature of that deck. I might have been missing something. Maybe that was a well-tailored deck that I just didn't draw what it wanted at the right time. But I was just befuddled. I thought we were getting aggro orc. We ended up getting not even orc. We got an orc. And then we got a dragon. We got Sci-Tech. Fun fact, that actually was a comic series. 4-issue comic series. 3 or 4 issue comic series. Never read it. Saw the cover and I was like, oh, that looks interesting, but I never went for it. All right, so we're getting rid of all this. And hey, I will say, though, this is our 3rd game without the ring. So, ironically, by calling ourselves Lord of the Pings, we have made ourselves not Lord of the Rings, because we haven't seen the ring in a long time. But, to be fair, we haven't needed it. I can't complain. Alright, so, Skaven. Oh, Skaven's gonna be money here, a turn from now. Hopefully, our opponent has another 1 power to drop in that lane, because we are gonna be hurting a little bit after this. Yes! Yes! Oh, Sci-Tech, my friend, I am afraid you've just hit the Pyromancer of the Skaven Persuasion. Now that is heartbreaking. Like, you got the momentum, you think it's going good, and then bam, your opponent drops that on you. So we can either Orcish Warhammer if we really need to make a trade. Okay, never mind. I can't imagine. Well, you'd think he would trade. Yeah, okay. So we're going to Skaven again.
The forest will not suffer your presence.
Yep, Skaven is going to be the key, the play. Boinkity boinkity. And now we have a lane. And our opponent is on the back foot at this particular... That's the only downside with having a lot of 1-drops. You get it out there early, but all it takes is a stinking Skaven Pyromancer, and you're hosed. All right, so it looks like he's inviting me to punch him in the face. That's the way it appears to me.
You're nothing.
I'll kill you where you stand.
And we got a Belly G next turn. So we're going to be, if he puts down a formidable creature somewhere, like that one, we'll just push it right back at him. Alright, we're going to we got so many curses here. It's probably yeah.
Face me, milk drinker.
All right, got a prophecy. Going for face? Yes, indeed.
My arrows shall fly true.
Blood and fate.
Belly G comes down. Go back to Morgul, you gatekeeper, and we don't want a board presence of any kind for our opponent to throw a weapon on. And so here we are, sitting pretty good, having turned the corner in what seems to be we have a finish off for guards. Don't have to worry about that. He is a non-issue at this point. What you got? Okay, all right. So he's going to be able to do something.
I'll rip you apart.
And our opponent concedes. Good game, SciTech. We were just able to reverse our fortunes fast enough and well enough to pull off the dub. But yeah, I think I was saying before, like I'm just at the point where I'm more relieved with a win than I am happy, because I just wait for the other shoe to drop. Larry. I'm pretty sure that's the only way you could pronounce that. Larry. Which is funny because I've typically it's Larry. How mundane is this conversation right now that I am discussing in any discernible detail how Larry is supposed to be spelled? Clearly, I have nothing better to talk about. Which is a sad state of affairs.
Luck to your house.
Oh, I am giving a heads up here, because I think most folks that watch Live at 5 also watch the videos. More than likely, there will not be a Live at 5 on the 24th. I was not keeping track. It really is bizarre, because I've had in my head for the longest time, oh, that move is so far away, the move, it's so far away, like I'm not worried about it. But we're on the cusp of the 20s right now. May 20th is tomorrow, or today actually, I guess, since you're watching this today. This is May 20th, and ooh, yay, we got a 1-drop right off the jump. We're gonna be able to Skaven it. Well, if we Skaven, we're gonna lose our Spriggan, but depending on what our opponent plays, it may be the best choice of course of action. If not, it really sucks, because I'm not gonna play Skaven on an empty board. I refuse. Oh no, give me another card. Yay, Goblin Skunk! Oh, you make me so happy. You make me so happy, and we have the ring this time. Oh, let me play the ring. And now our Orcish Warhammer gets a discount. We'll probably have to use that, because Larry, I'm sure, has to have a card to play this time. Okay. Alright, so we can curse. Oh, man. Well, tell you what. Right now, our opponent does not have a great trade. And we do have 2 curses. So again, obviously, if he's got charge or a lightning bolt, we're in bad condition here. Okay, that's just as bad. Couldn't have been too much worse, really, honestly. We got our last curse, I think. And screw it. We're just going to go ahead and...
They will perish in flame.
It costs us 1. I think we've lost this, folks. Our opponent has every card in the world, and we have Butkus. Oh. No, and he has the ping! Of course he has the ping! Of course he does. I was, honestly, Battle Mage was another one I was going to play. I think we're just going to concede this one. I'm just not interested at this point. Yeah.
This was a worthy contest.
I was gonna play Battle Mage, but I've heard somebody like it's OP, like it's like the original, like kind of overpowered. I'm not saying that, you know, anything bad against it or my opponent, but I did think about it. I was like, no. I think a Joe it was, you know, that said, hey man, this is pretty much a guaranteed go legendary, and I'm pretty sure all the cards that are in there, both him and A-Ross actually, really strong, either intelligence heavy or intelligence centric deck in the Battle Mage. It's a very, very strong deck. And it's not that I'm opposed to playing strong decks, especially if it's by accident, but I just don't. And that we weren't going to win that. We don't really have any draw in here aside from like the Shadow Shift. We don't really have a way to draw cards, and yeah, we just again concede efficiency. I don't mind losing a game, or, you know, like, obviously I just lost the game, but
I have no
I don't like spending a lot of time losing. Is my philosophy. Well,
face me, milk drinker.
so our opponent currently now has control of the field lane, which is not good for us because they're going to be able to start amassing more cards, but looks like he's intent on oh, and gets a nice bit of synergy there with that. Unfortunately, our unfortunately our Earthbone Spinner is not online. Oops, what was I doing? I meant to finish off. Derp, derpy derp derp, derpy derp derp. And part of it is too, I'm not really sure. I mean, to me, I think this is a mid-range deck in terms of we can go on the aggressive, or we can guard ourselves. Oh, this is when I really would like my Skaven Pyromancer. Really would like my Skaven Pyromancer. Really. Oh my gosh, so much Skaven. Thank you. All right, so I might avoid hitting him in the face at this particular point. Because with the cards he's got, I mean, we got... That was a prophecy. That's a prophecy, right? Yep. So I think our opponent's running a prophecy-heavy deck. Well, that's not a prophecy. That is an Earthbone Spinner target, though. I do love hitting this jackass with... Okay, well, that's not cool. I do love hitting him with the Earthbone Spinner. Although you could argue that I should hit this. This does 3 damage, but 3 damage could go here, and that's okay. We don't want point to all of spikes. Alright, so maybe not a prophecy-heavy deck, but certainly has that in there. We want him to give us some more cards. We're deciding to go on the offensive, on the defensive here.
Summoned again.
Wow, really? Has skill? Huh.
Die, Outlander.
Fascinating. I mean, this is just too good to pass up, right? Okay, takes her out. That's okay. Haskill, you are going to meet your grisly demise at the hand of my ambusher. Please? Oh no. Of course. Here we go with the RNG abuse. Okay, that's actually pretty painful.
I assume you're having
Ooh, but my prophecy strikes back. Haha. Alright, so we got our Elena. Well, first, either way, it's 4 damage. I guess we'll just Elena here. Get rid of that. And she can take care of this. I don't want to sack... I'm not going to hit face, and I'm not going to ping him, so... Hopefully he can't do anything to Elena. Elena? Come on! Oh, no! I knew it! I knew there would be something to foil my plans!
I assume you're having fun.
See, our opponent here is demonstrating the... having the answers that you need at the right time. We're going to save our Vigilant Giant. Alright, so we've got our Leaf Lurker. This can be a ping to a guard.
You've got to go through him first.
Of course, it's gonna be the okay, never mind. That's not so bad. Yep, see, prophecy. Yep. Love how I circle back around to that, huh? Alright. So our Vigilant Giant. Well, this is gonna survive. Because we have the Vigilant Giant, I am willing to do this. And this. Hopefully he doesn't have a way to circumvent this. We do have a curse now with our Leaf Lurker. So that's good. Looks like another Manic Jack.
The ambition of the Telvanni.
That's an interesting card. I'm not sure why. I mean, I guess it's not the worst thing in the world, but... Oh, no charge! Okay, Like I said, we do have our Cursed Leaf Lurker if we so desire to use it. I think instead... Ooh. Ooh. Goodbye, Manic Jack, you Jack of Manics. Alright, so... the prophecies our opponent does have isn't really holding him in good stead. I think... No, we're going to save Leaf Lurker Curse for a bigger target. In my old days, I would have used it and just been like, gotta put everything on the board, but I'm anticipating our opponent having a card of Girth, and I'm going to want to Curse and Leaf Lurker it. That's my thought. And right now, as the board stands, all our big cards survive.
Behold,
So Manic does not have his thingy blooper. Alright, so far no change in the board state. Oh, if he can crush him, that does hurt things. He can crush him, or he's going to ping him. Nope. Okay, so now he can trade. Now, yeah, that does change the board state. And gives him a card. And go. Unbelievable! Wow. Wow. Just fabulous. Okay, again with the...
I smell fresh meat.
let's see here. What do I do? Because I want to drop Falinasi down, but I want to actually get some... You know what? It's fine. We're just going to drop her down. Drop him down. Drop it down. Here... Yes, that's what I wanted. I wanted him to get a discount. Okay. All right. So we're not in great shape. Our opponent has a draw engine live. That was the worst. The best card for our opponent was that freaking Soul Split in conjunction with the Ashlander. I hate him so much. Yeah. So he can clear my field lane. Shadow lane is still going to be a bit of a problem.
Let's do the fist.
And we do. I mean, we've got chargers in here. Okay, that's fine. Just please don't get exactly what you need if we can help. Okay, that's fine. We've got our curse and our leaf lurker. So there's... Oh, and we've got another leaf lurker. So good.
The forest is my cloak.
Do we put down the other leaf lurker? Yes.
The forest is my cloak.
Arguably not the best thing if he's got another guard, another prophecy. Alright, not a problem.
Would like to say hello.
Not a problem at all.
Say hello.
Can't play any of those Atronachs that he gets. They're too expensive. Imp, not an issue. Could have made a good push next turn, but we have enough to close it out.
This was a worthy
Do
contest.
not take you.
Alright, so there was a match we could have lost. It was looking really good at the end, but we were actually able to keep our lead. I thought that Ashlander was brutal. That was a brutal Ashlander. So, you know, it seems that I actually don't do too bad if I'm not playing a mono color. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't have the skills to play a mono deck. Very few people can pull off mono. Even mono green. Now, some of you may have kicked butt in that last gauntlet with a mono green, and so I'll be eating my words, but I'm pretty sure that was just not a great setup for old Schwaaard. And it was my own darn fault. I mean, I wasn't cocky. I didn't think I was going to do it. I was just like, well, if people are saying this is the way to go, I'll give them a show. And it was a 2-game show. And looks like another Prophecy Battle Mage. Is it worth cursing? Nah. I mean, if we don't... I mean, this is a garbage draw. This is the first time we have bricked this badly. We usually have something to play at least by turn 2. So we are... Oh, and there is why we saved our curse. I mean, Skaven would be awesome.
I have no fear of you, cowardly skeever.
As it is now, our relentless raider is going to relentlessly pursue this crocodile that is relentlessly pursuing a crow. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Oh, poopstone! Come on, need 23? And we still have nothing to play. My gosh. All right, sir, I'm not talking trash, but if you don't win this one, I feel quite sorry for you, because this is... Yeah, this is heavily, heavily in your favor today, sir. I'm doing this instead of Grotwood just because... Well... Yeah.
I fight with the further of the wild
It gets that damage off the board. And although there still could be a rally, but Grotwood I think is going to be... We're oh boy. It's getting closer. We need our giant bat now. We need our giant bat. This is not great. Not great. We do have our giant snake. It's just going to be a question of whether we can cling to life. Obviously, they're prophecy battle mages. They're going to have nothing but lightning bolts. Yep. How does it feel to be the laziest deck in the world? Get rid of your poop stone. Get rid of that. No. Next turn, I'm going to just go for face because we can TASCAD. Well, no. We're going to giant snake. Yep, we know prophecies. I mean, lightning bolts, they get us, that's fine. Okay, that one stung. That one stung a bit. Alright, go ahead, put another one down there. We got our giant snake. Okay, that sucks. But... Just for the body?
The forest is my cloak.
Just for the body. Okay. And we'll see if our opponent can get 2 more bolts or damage to face. Alright. We have 10. We have lethal plus our Cliff Razor plus TASCAD, so I'm feeling pretty good. Okay. That's fine. Alright, and we were able to beat Prophecy Battle Mage.
This was a worthy contest.
Giant Snake for the win! Great card. If any of you play it against me, I will shake my fist at you in raw fury. I kid, of course. But that was one thing you could count on with your Charmers, your Justin Lard, like the original guys that played. And I say, guys, Silver Fuse also played. I don't know that she ever YouTubed, but I think she was a Twitch player. And then Jelly was from Germany, I believe. She also was a Twitch player. But I say, guys, in the general sense, folks, the original streamers, we'll say, the original TESL players. We have the ring. I'm gonna hold on to Skaven. Although against what looks like Mage, I don't know how effective that's going to be. We'll see.
Luck to your house.
If they played a deck, you could almost get a feel for what decks were going to become meta for the next week based on what they played. So if Justin played whatever deck it was, you could just kind of in your back of your mind go, okay, more than likely we're going to see.
Watch yourself.
Oh, ward! I hate wards! So what we can do is shadow shift, you see. To get her out of the line of fire. We don't want her to get burned by our pyromancer. Says, screw you and your ward. Now you're piddly. I can trade with you evenly. I have a feeling, because I think this is going to be just an action mage deck, like, yeah, mage and scout in the olden days, which is pretty much what this is, with a few. Oh, thank you, finish off for existing. You make me happy.
My bow is ready.
Curses!
I'll kill you where you stand.
So we're aggressive by default. Because our opponent is just going to be trying to throw all kinds of actions at us. And guards. Why not a guard, right? But we do have our discounted belly G. He is going to eat, no doubt, either a lightning bolt or a piercing javelin. But
Another volley.
Blood and fate.
ooh, and a prophecy. Is it going to be a free piercing javelin? No, it is going to be. It is going to be the Oreo cookie gal. I did that just so she couldn't trade with him. And draining for just a little bit less, in theory. Okay, so she's got Ice Storm. Yep. Yeah, so we might be conceding this one early as well. Like I said, I'm not terribly big on... Like, we're going to make our push. We're going to make our attempt. And then once we're out of cards, we're not going to worry about it. Dawn's Wrath, maybe? Well, not next turn, it could be. Whew.
May the ancestors bless us.
So you get back Execute. Luckily, that is useless. Alright, so Orcish Warhammer makes that a 5. So right now... I mean, we really don't want to drain. You could argue this is not the best way to play. Like I said, we are on fumes here, so I think this is just a loss. We're gonna keep making our push until we can't push to Mars, and that's pretty much game. Yeah, lots of prophecies in this deck as well. Lots of people running prophecies, like a goodly amount. We have a decent amount. Wow, that's screw it. Why not? Like I said, we're pretty much set on conceding at this point anyway, but I'll give it one more turn. Let him finish off what I've got, and then we'll concede it. Yeah. Good game. I'm bored. There you go. All right, so I think that's our third loss, isn't it? It might be. Nope, that's our second loss. All right, we can still make a run for it. And this is a public service announcement. This is why the Gauntlets are really good. It costs you 3 tickets to get in. And you can see I don't have a lot of tickets in this account. It takes you 3 to get in. But once you get 3 wins, you get... If it costs you 3, you get a ticket every time you win a game. So once you get to 3 wins, you get all your tickets back. And it's like you never spent anything. You didn't spend any resources. If it's a 6-ticket game, with the bigger prize pool, where you can get like some really nifty cards and everything, each win counts for 2. So you can again, 3 wins and you get your card. Pretty much 3 wins is what you want to get. That is going to put you in a good place in terms of the Gauntlet, in terms of you not losing any resources to play it. Now, obviously, if you use cash instead of... If you use like coins or gold, whatever. If you use that instead, then yeah, it's not quite as cool. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be, warrior orc as we would expect, and so I'm gonna play it safe, which is where this deck seems to do well. Anytime we get against a deck that is more control oriented, we don't do very well. Mostly because I don't do well as a player against control, because I just don't have the patience for the long games. Like if I'm going to sit down and just say, okay, I'm just going to play a game with a friend, and it goes as long as it goes, and I want to... Wow, our opponent has a lot of dangerous stuff in their hand. They have plundered the heck out of everything. What do you got, Fell the Mighty? Mummify? You turd muffin. Alright, so this is not typical orc. I guess I probably should have known that based on information. So yeah, change of plans. We are going on the aggressive. Don't know how well that's gonna do because, you know, obviously there's our opponent has a lot of stuff in their hand, but okay, that's gonna be a nice finish off target. Yep, again, don't put stuff on there. So we do this to put the big body down, get rid of that, hit for 2, no prophecy, making our way towards the face. Got to get rid of a lot of cards here, otherwise he's going to overdraw next turn. We now no longer have a finish off effect. We do have our belly G, so guards are not a problem.
Keep your distance.
Alright, that's not a big deal either. Not necessarily a great belly G target. But... so I could Skaven into Grotwood. No, I can't. I don't... we would have to get very lucky for that to be a thing. So let's just put a big body on the board. We're not too worried about her coming back. Well, she got burned anyway. She got nuked. But even if she had, it's not gonna... she wouldn't have been able to, by herself, take anything off the board. And with 7 magic, I don't think our opponent can handle everything we've got here. We do have our Orcish Warhammer waiting in the wings with to add 3. So we really just need...
Hiding will not save you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, the game giveth, the game taketh away. Oh, crap. Spoke too soon.
Let nothing through. Close ranks.
Alright. Just what we needed. That was one. Considering our opponent drew so many plunders, again, just a crap draw for our opponent. I want a good game, like one where we... Well, I guess we had 1 or 2 of those, but you know, like we did on the last Gauntlet, where, I mean, the only 2 wins that I had, now granted, I'm a little biased because I won those games, but shout out, it's so cool, like, it's crazy when you have somebody that you don't know that you play against. So I can't remember your name, sir, but it begins with an S, I believe, but you were one of my opponents, and were it not, you were playing the Redoran with a bunch of supports, and were it not for me having 2 giant snecks in hand at the end there, you would have kicked my butt. But so obviously I'm biased. We won those games; they were pretty good. But you know, the outcome was not decided right off the jump. It went down. It was like who was going to get the card, you know, towards the end. It was a fulfilling. Ooh, Skaven. Luckily, I can't play. I wouldn't call it a moral dilemma because I would kill 2 creatures and one of my opponents. It's not a great trade. So we will see another one. Okay, so this is another prophecy. I mean, come on, guys! Like, seriously, are we just going to be this lazy? Where we're just going to rely on prophecies to win the damn game for us? I mean, come on, man! Like that gets old. I mean, we know how to win. So yeah, we're just gonna. I mean, now, it doesn't mean we're going to win. Our opponent could flip the tables very easily. I mean, that's not a... But that is Skaven Pyromancer. Oh, well, he's not going to play anymore, so we're not going to worry about it. We're not going to Cliff Racer. No, we're just going to hold off. Maybe to our detriment. We could be punting this game very slowly. But I'm okay with... Ooh. Okay, so, yeah, there's that again. Luckily, we have our own Pyro and a finish off. Yeah.
They will perish in flame.
So that worked out well.
I keep a spare blade in my boot.
Yaha.
You have no...
Yaha. I mean, do we Cliff Racer?
My bow is ready.
I just don't know when we need to pivot. We're gonna pivot now. possibly to our detriment. I'm not saying that was the right play. I just feel like it's time to pivot. Yup. And we're doing that just as much for the discount as we are just to keep pushing our damage.
This might be handy.
Okay, Prophecy. Prophecy Battle Mage should be expected, is expected.
I fight with the fervor of the wild hunt.
Like I said, it may have been a premature move. I saw the belly G and I got greedy. And okay. Wow. Okay. Admittedly did not see that coming. Did not see that coming. Did not expect Mighty Blacksmith to be running a Ice Storm in his Prophecy deck. Which, some people get mad at that. I say, hey, that's part of, I think, a really good, well, could be a part of a really good deck. Okay, how many, that is annoying. How many of those gosh darn things do you have? Because it seems like a lot.
My arrows shall fly true.
Arguably, I should have just pinged that and finished it off, but I'm again with the Ice Storm. Wow. Wow. All right, well.
The forest is my cloak.
Yeah. I mean, kudos. I have no idea what to expect from this deck now. So it's anybody. It's really going to depend if we start drawing like Tazcat and our Chargers and stuff. So he's really anticipating.
Do not take you.
We're just going to wait. So he doesn't want to give us cards, but he's wanting us to hit him in the face. So we're not going to oblige. We're going to build up our board before we do. Oh my goodness gracious. Never mind. We are suddenly very motivated to win. You say Falinasi Reaver would be a really great pull right now. But our opponent's not going to give us a card, which is smart. It's smart. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Okay, never. Okay.
Be silent.
Ooh, come on, Falinasi Reaver. Falinasi Reaver. Falinasi Reaver. Alright, so can he win with what he's got on there? We're going to Shadow Shift. Obviously, we know he's got a heck of a card waiting in the wings. We do not pull the card we were hoping for.
Do not take you.
Right now, 14. Yeah, I don't think there's a way we can win at this point. Because even if we punt Belly G back, he's got Atro coming down, is going to do 4, 10, 18. Well,
let's heat things up.
I can take a hit.
okay. So depending, we might still be alive. And we're probably going to lose this one, but I still call this a good game. Mighty Blacksmith, congratulations. You played cards that I would not have expected. They might not have been technically sound considering what you're running. Like, you know, I don't know how Ice Storm works with that kind of stuff. But it caught me by surprise, and you've made it a great game. It's come down to the wire here. I don't know. I'm guessing we're going to see the Belly G and not the Supreme Matromancer. You're going to try to clear out my board and know that you got lethal next turn. There's no way you go face with this. There's just no way. So I feel like I put up a good defense. We mixed it up well. I just got caught off guard by 2 Ice Storms, and hey, some good trades. Got a lot of Harpies to take away our momentum. That's an interesting. Well, it depends. If he's got 2 low-cost cards in his hand, or even 1 maybe, right? He can do 14. Yeah, all he needs is another low-cost card. So either he's roping us right now, which is a really crappy way to end a game, or does not have what he needs and is just trying to figure out what to do. I mean, that seals the game, I think, for us if he doesn't have it, but he can do 10, so all he needs is 1 low-cost creature to do an extra 4, and that's game over. And there it is. Yep. What, really? Dude, you punted it. Maybe he's counting on the prophecies? That gets us out of bolt range. Do we have... Oh, we don't have a way to finish it. I thought we did. We don't. Yeah. That sucks. I thought we had one more thing we could do. We don't have a way to... No. We're just gonna do that. And, yeah, good game.
This was a worthy
Man.
contest.
So I think our opponent won that one anyway. I think he messed up. Because if he had just gone face, he would have had it anyway. So I don't feel too bad about that. I think he just missed lethal. I may be wrong, but I think he did. So it is fitting. It is just for him to have won because in theory he outplayed me, or he prevailed. He just missed the chance to do it. So that's it. And so yeah, I think we strung a nice thing of games together. Definitely better than our last Gauntlet run. 7 wins, 9 losses. Not too shabby for the old Lord of the Pings. And yeah, could have been better, could have been worse. So we'll go ahead and leave it at that. And yeah, so probably not live at 5 this Friday because as I got reminded, I was playing, just shout out to IO for another great DMing experience with Dungeons and Dragons. But as we were trying to map out our next game session, it was like, oh, it's going to be the 24th. I'm like, crap, the 24th, that's right as I'm going to be like tearing all this stuff down, getting it ready to pack and throw in the truck. I mean, we've got another couple days before the actual move, but we're getting in that process where I can't leave all this stuff up. We're going to have to be transitioning into move mode. So this live at 5, and then probably the next, wait a minute, what's the next one? What is the next Friday? And I hate to do that. I really do. I was really counting on being able to jump in it for a while with you guys, but let me see. So yeah, the 24th, the 31st, that is actually, wait a minute. Okay, maybe I can do the 24th because I'm looking at the calendar because in my head I'm like, okay, the 28th is, but that's when I pick up the truck. We actually don't leave until the 29th, so I could probably pack this up on the 26th. So we may be able to. I may reach out to IO and say I can do the 24th, and we can do. Okay, yeah. So scrap what I said. We'll have a live at 5 on the 24th, but not on the 31st. But again on the 7th. So we'll just be missing one Friday in the next 3 weeks. Other than that, we're good to go. So disregard everything I said. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, keep playing.